guys, I just got out of a call, and this brings back memories, guys. What you see here is business cards. Let me show you something real quick. Guys, no BS. I remember my first year or two in business, and I still do this today. I used to spend hours just putting business cards in neighborhoods. I'm talking like not in the middle of nowhere, of course, but we're talking like neighborhoods, like in areas that we would like to work in. But guys, this shit is like fun to me, man. Just putting business cards in mailboxes. Like I said, the point is, guys, I'm motivated by opportunities, guys. Like, I don't care about like having opportunities come to me instantly, but guys, if I can plant seeds, you guys already heard me say that before. Planting seeds for future opportunities, like I said, guys, that's the reward in its own, you know. And based on what I'm getting now, it's probably going to be based off of what I did like a couple months ago. So guys, you never know when those seeds are going to grow into something you can never think possible. It could be, like I said, it could be a install, it could be a maintenance, but guys, you know, that's neither here nor there, guys. I want to get into the topic of this video. Guys, let's talk about customer objections. And guys, I'm going to make this very succinct and brief because I got to get to a 12 to 2. But this customer, I just got off the phone with them. She said that she's running behind, so most likely it's not going to be until 1 o'clock. But guys, I got some downtime. Let's talk about customer objections. One of my favorite objections, guys, and I feel like if you ask 20 different people, you're going to get 20 different answers based on their company policies. But guys, customer objections, let's say if you guys are doing estimates, like if you're going out to give a customer a quote for a new AC unit, or if you're out there for a no AC call, let's say if you find a bad thermostat, you give a customer a quote of $50 to replace the thermostat. Guys, I want you to listen to this. If a customer tells you that they have to think about it, I'm going to tell you what I think about this in a second, but I'm going to try to be as objective as I possibly can. Guys, if a customer tells you that they have to think about it, you got to try your best to read the situation, guys. Like I said, guys, I can tell you from my standpoint, it takes a while to be a people person, to learn situations, like and what to say and what not to say. I didn't have that ability out of school. Like I said, guys, I was a theory rat. The only thing I knew was equipment. It took me a while of crashing and burning, me getting nervous to sell $300 maintenance agreements, guys. This was back in 2013, I believe. Yeah, that the big job I had, that was like an hour and a half away from the big company, guys. Like, guys, I really I really used to cringe at trying to sell $300 maintenance agreements, because I'm like, shit, man. Like, I never even seen that much money. Like, how the hell, how are people going to afford $300 worth of maintenance agreement? Like, guys, like, a lot of thoughts went in my head before I even got to the customer's house. And guys, that's another topic on preconceived notions. But guys, the point is, like, unless you get into a certain environment, it's going to take you time to adapt and, like I said, become better at it. But guys, understanding people has nothing to do with HVAC. And you have to understand, guys, like, and these objections that I'm going to go over, like I said, the one I'm going to cover today is when the customer says that they need to think about it. But guys, I'm telling you now, like I said, guys, you have to really read the situation. No one can tell you from reading a book how a customer is going to feel. And like I said, guys, like, I feel like, to sum up this before I go into detail, it's really your job to lose. It's a lot easier to lose a job than it is to win a job. I repeat, it's a lot easier to lose a estimate or lose a customer than it is to gain. Because guys, if you go there and, like I said, you think a customer is a robot, oh, let me just feed the customer 3 lines. Oh yeah, if you don't do this in 2 days, we might not be able to come back yet. The customer doesn't give a shit. Like, and now, guys, I had very intimate knowledge of this because I was talking with a customer about this the other day. And guys, hold on, let me read the comments. Hold on. Lou, you just full of nonsense. Guys, low vibrational comments, I'm not even going to get into it, guys. If you got anything constructive to say, put it in the comments, but I'm not reading BS comments, guys. But yo, listen to this real quick, guys. I had a customer, this was this past week. I believe we installed the AC unit at their residence, guys. This customer said that they had, I think, some type of plumbing work done. Guys, I forget. But I was talking to her about, now, guys, I'm at the point where, like I said, guys, I can live and die on my own accord, guys. Like, if I lose a customer by me being honest up front and following, like I said, what works for me, guys, I'm okay with that. But I win a lot more jobs than what I lose. So, hold on, guys. But I win a lot more jobs than what I lose. So, guys, like, I don't necessarily see it as like, okay, let me switch it up 10,000 times before guys, I don't have to really reinvent the wheel because like I said, guys, everything I learned is based off trial and error. That's just nature of the beast. But guys, the conversation I was having with that customer is just about objections. And like, I forgot what we was talking about that led to that, but I was like, isn't it funny? Like, I'm like the human to human dynamic. I'm like, if I had to come out and sell you another AC unit, if you tell me that you need to think about it, technically, I'm going to really think about what was said up until the point of you saying you have to think about it. If you told me that you have a budget of like, guys, I'm using simple terms here, so it's easy for you guys to follow along with. If a customer tells me that they only have $1,000 in their budget and my options exceed that $1,000, of course, putting two and two together, guys, if they're making a decision past a certain point, and equipment is going to be more expensive than repairs generally, if they're making a decision past a certain point, they have to think about it. They can't give you a yes or no question. Sometimes, like I said, guys, you don't know someone's budget, guys, and that's one thing you need to understand. Do not have preconceived notions. Do not just assume that just because you're doing a service call in a low income area that a customer can't afford it. You give the customers options, but you're not giving them options and like not listening. Listen to what they say. Listen to pain points, guys, and you have to understand. Like if a customer says, "Hey, I'm not really looking for anything like super efficient. As long as I can get something economical, something that's going to last, I'm cool with that." Now, guys, that's information that you need before you deliver estimates and start recommending things. That's why, guys, what I said earlier, if you come to a customer's house with a script already in your head, not listening to a customer, you're selling the customer something they don't even need, and they already told you technically what they wanted. Based on you asking the right questions, you're going to get exactly the answers you need to put together a proposal. And guys, based on you putting together that proposal is based on the conversation hopefully you and that customer had. And you took your time, you listen more than you talk, you know exactly what you're out there for, you know what they need, and it's your job to give them options based on that conversation. But guys, like, that's ABCs, or at least it's ABCs to me. I don't know, like I said, I don't know who you got, how you guys been brought up, like I said, under what training or whatever the case is, guys. But like, I lost a shitload full of jobs, and like, I can tell you firsthand, you cannot just assume that, like I said, customers just gonna automatically say yes. Because guys, I had that customer, same scenario. That customer said, yeah, like, it's funny you said that, because I had a plumbing company come out, and like, he gave me a quote, and like, and it was an older guy, like he's already retired, like in the 60s. He's already, he's on cruise mode right now. He's just chilling. But he was like, yeah, he gave me a quote for like $9,000 for something. But I told him initially, I'm like, anything over a certain amount, I always have to talk it over with my wife. We have to make sure that, like I said, this can fit the budget. And the customer was like, he actually told the guy this, and I'm like, okay, but if a customer tells me over a certain amount they got to think about it, maybe I should let them think about it instead of me trying to force them to say yes right then and there. But guys, this customer was like, yeah, I actually like the company, but like the guy, he was trying to push me into like getting this done tomorrow, and I'm like, dude, like my wife is at work, and like I need time to speak with her about it, and I'm like, I'll get back to you, but let me just talk it over her. And I'm like, in the back of my mind, guys, I'm like, yo, this motherfucker already had the job in his hand, but I don't know what tactics he was using, but he tried to force the customer into agreeing to a date. And like I said, instantly, the customer said, yeah, man, the guy asked him again, like, yeah, you sure you don't want to do tomorrow? And the customer said, he reiterated again, he was like, look, I can't make any decisions over a certain amount without speaking to the wife. That's just how it go. He said that 2 times, and like, and the customer was like, soon as the guy left, like that customer said he had no interest in doing business, because like it has nothing to do with the backstory, because the customer already knew that company pretty well. But he was like, the idea of like the company trying to force him to do something, like that really turned him off. And I'm like, damn, like guys, it's just like I said, this shit is really a game within the game. Understanding people, you can be the best, and I said this 1,000,001 times, guys. You can be the best HVAC tech. You can fix everything, but if you don't have the ability of simplifying what you're saying and understanding customers' needs and concerns, you're not going to last too long, guys. And like I said, there's really no way around it. There's no trickery. There's no like bullshit involved. You can't make a customer accidentally say yes. And if you do, right when you leave, they're going to have buyer's remorse. So guys, there's really no smoke and mirrors with like having customers agree to things. Because like with that customer, guys, I already know if that customer would have just said yes, I can guarantee you right when that company leaves, he probably would have canceled. So it's like, is it really worth trying to force people to buy things if they say they need time? Like, guys, like, and the correct answer in that scenario, guys, and I would have been like, okay, well, let me give you a couple days to follow up. Like, I would have eventually followed up with him, but I still would have respected his wishes by giving him time to think it over. Like I say, you don't know someone's financial situation. Maybe they just bought a new patio. Maybe they had an emergency situation, guys. Like, you have to give people grace, especially when they're upfront and honest with you about them needing time. The customer didn't tell the guy no. If you would have told the guy no, that's different. But like I said, guys, like if a customer is upfront and honest with you about needing more time to make a decision, guys, like, just let it ride, man. Like, you don't be too thirsty just to close calls. And guys, once again, I come from a service background. If it's up to me, if I can fix everything, I'll do it. But guys, like, once you get past that certain age, and you guys heard me say this before, that proverbial window or mountaintop, 0 to 12 years, problem free. The customer probably won't even know that the equipment is in the basement. But once that equipment gets to like that 12 to 15 year mark, can you still fix 12 and 15-year compressors? Yes, but the likelihood of that customer not having any other issues after still paying you a couple $1,000s for that compressor, guys, like, who wants to deal with that? And like, it's up to you. Once again, it's up to you as the contractor or the service tech to paint that picture for the customer. Be upfront and let them know. No one wants to be that service tech going back to a call you went to yesterday. The customer paid you $5,000 for like a bunch of repairs, and now they got a breakdown again. And now they're calling you, cursing you out over the phone, like, yo, like, how come I'm still having issues? Then you told me that this will fix the whole problem. And I was like, no customer wants to be in that scenario right now. It's already hot as hell. They probably already got enough to deal with. So like I said, guys, take your time. I repeat, take your time when you guys are out here running these service calls, and just understand customer situations, guys. Like, I mean, if like I said, guys, if you do good business, the last thing you got to worry about is that customer not calling you back again. Because why wouldn't they? You took care of their needs. They didn't feel like you were selling them something that they didn't need, guys. Like, this is really customer service 101. And I didn't read this. I didn't get this info from a course, guys. I learned this from fucking up a lot. Really, like I said, thinking the whole time that, you know what, a customer in a nice neighborhood should be able to afford, like, nah, like, where'd I even get that from? Just by the visual. Like I said, people could buy things they can't afford. That has nothing to do with you. It's up to, it's up to their budget if they can really afford it or not. So guys, like, you just have to drop the preconceived notions and just understand, guys, like, look, you're there to do a job first and foremost. I don't care where you're doing service calls, but these objections, guys, is really an answer to every objection. But everything is rooted in your ability to listen to customers, man. You just can't be too quick to diagnose, and like, as soon as you get to the presentation part, you think a customer is going to say yes. Nah, the customer really doesn't understand HVAC. That's why they brought you out there. But like, you got to understand, guys, once you get to the fourth quarter, I call this the fourth quarter, guys. Once you're at the table, like I say, you already diagnosed the problem. You told the customer you're going to go back to the truck and figure out and put together a proposal, and you'll be right back. And guys, once you get to that fourth quarter, now you're presenting your findings to the customer, the whole 9 yards. I'll say, look, now's the time to like use relatable terms. Like I said, you're the person that's already been there. It's not like guys, my phone is blowing up. Guys, I get so many telemarketer calls. It's freaking crazy. I don't even know. I don't got any customers with a Colorado area code number. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, like, once you get to that fourth quarter approach, like, it's really you just reiterating exactly what you and that customer talked about. Yeah, by the way, you remember you said you wanted something economical? By the way, you remember you said you wanted something 18C or above? Well, here's my options. Like, guys, like, use relatable things. Like, it's just like that human experience. You can't, AI is not going to duplicate that human experience. People want to do business with people that understand what the hell they're saying. Like, it's just, I don't care if you're a 100-person company or if you're rocking by yourself, guys. It's just, this shit really isn't a rocket science type of ordeal, guys. But it's just, you got to just make sure, like I said, guys, like, with these objections, you're not going to win them all. And that's another thing, guys. You're not going to win them all, but I do want you guys to go into every service call with the right mentality. Like I said, I don't care. Yesterday, and you guys see me post a video last week, with customers not wanting to pay. Like, look, guys, sometimes you don't know what you're going to see. That can be a good thing or a bad thing. But guys, like, shake it off. Like I said, take a couple minutes to yourself before you get to your next call. Play some music, whatever you do. In between calls. Hopefully, it's something legal. But guys, like, relax your mind, unwind. Like I said, let that bad energy stay with that old customer. Like I said, if it didn't work out, let that go. And like I said, guys, approach every single service call like, this is your first call of the day. And it's just like, guys, like, eventually you realize, man, how you look at problems and how you perceive the problem is just, that's what really matters, guys. Like, imagine someone looking at your car. If you guys don't fix your own cars, a mechanic, you pulling up to a mechanic shop, and now a mechanic is like, yeah, I just had this stupid customer. Y'all, like, how would you want somebody talking to you like that, telling you about a past situation, and they're supposed to be professional? You're the customer. Someone's showing up at your house, or you showing up to a mechanic shop, and he's cursing, saying, yeah, I don't know why I deal with these customers. Like, nah, like, that has nothing to do with you. So, like, how is that your business? You get what I'm saying? So, guys, like, just work on professionalism. Like I said, work on just simplifying what you're doing. Like I said, guys, I didn't start off with the human experience. I started off with the technical experience. I had to crash and burn to get to that level of, like I said, just human experience is understanding. Everything may not be as what it may seem. Like I said, guys, regardless of what the customer said, what they think, if you don't deliver the options, then that's your issue, guys. Like, if a customer wanted something and I couldn't deliver, or I wasn't hearing the customer out, then, like I said, guys, you got to humbly take that loss, but you got to learn from it, guys. Like, every single call you go on, there's definitely something to learn from every single job you run. It's not really rocket science to it, guys. But, like, just the objection aspect, man. Like, I tell you this, man, before I let y'all go, guys, like, objections used to terrify me because, like I said, guys, this isn't shit that you can go to school for. Like, you go to school for, like, technical knowledge, but you don't go to school to learn how to deal with, like, angry customers. You don't go to school to learn how to, like, this is all real life practicality, guys. You got to actually understand, like, look, if a customer says no, maybe they didn't say no to you. They said no to what you presented. They said no to what maybe you're not listening to what they're saying. Like, guys, like, there's no ultimate reason why customers say no. The only thing you can do is just try your best to learn from your experience. You can learn from other people's experiences too, but if you guys are already on your own running calls, be honest with yourself, take the pride and ego out of the way and understand why people aren't buying. Like I said, there's enough money out here for everybody, guys. Like, that's how I don't trip, man. If I see a 100-person company doing installs, I don't hate on them, guys, because the biggest thing I do is, like, that motivates me because I know people are buying. You don't want to get caught in the day-to-day things when people saying, oh, yeah, the economy is bad. Guys, it's 100 fucking degrees outside. You know what that means? It means somebody's out and somebody's burning up in a 200-degree house, guys. I don't care what type of money somebody has. They're going to be comfortable, guys, when it gets hot. And that's where our profession comes into play. I don't care about the economy. I hope no one's, down on their luck right now. But, guys, like, everybody's problems is not my problems, guys. Like, my only concern is taking care of the customers that need it. So, like, don't get caught up in the day-to-day. Yeah, the economy is going to do good tomorrow, so HVAC should go up. Guys, like, our profession is affected by the economy somewhat, but, guys, like, you still got to do your job, man. It's not really. Don't get too caught up in the politics and the gossip. It is what it is. At some point, the world was going to be a messed up place. Well, the world was a messed up place before you got here, and it's still going to be a messed up place after you die. Just enjoy the time you got, guys, and like I said, man, have fun with this shit. It's just not. I don't care how many times I got to tell you guys. I know somebody out there needs to understand this. Do not make this harder than what it needs to be, guys. Like, because it's just, I've seen both ends of the spectrum. I already seen people that, if they don't know what they're doing, they're gonna tell you shouldn't learn that because it's too hard. Guys, look, even if some shit I don't know, you guys learn it somewhere else. As long as it makes you guys a better tech, man, go out there and make it killer, man. Do what you got to do, because like I said, guys, regardless, if you get past that barrier or not, guys, it's opportunities out here, guys. If you don't get it, someone else is going to get it. Don't hate on the next man or the woman for breaking those barriers. But, guys, you got to understand, there's a solution to every problem out here. So make sure you guys, once again, have the right mentality. Like I said, don't go into every call worried about something to happen or what could happen or whatever the case is, guys. Don't be like that. Like I said, I already seen too many negative traits. Like I said, I'm talking from my service experience. Maybe a couple guys that trained me or what I've seen at different companies, guys. Like, it's just, life is already stressful enough as it is. Don't have that in your mind. Like, damn, like, what if I have to go in another attic, or what if I deal with another customer that don't want to pay? Like, bro, like, let that be their problem. That's not your problem. Your job is to hopefully find a solution to their problems. And like I said, hopefully your price right, is your job to deliver a price for those solutions. But, guys, I can talk all day about this shit, guys, but what time is it? Hold on. My phone's just blowing up here. Hold on, because yep, it was a telemarketer. But yeah, guys, like I said, I can talk all day about this, but like I said, guys, feel free if you have any questions or anything like that, guys. I make shorts and videos or whatever the case is. I make a bunch of videos about just random shit I see every day. But, guys, like I said, I already taught this, like I said, at the trade school. If you guys see my life story growing up, I mean, this is like all I know. I grew up in the trades. This is like my life. But like I find different ways to do things my own way, guys. And like that's where I have my fun and my excitement in it. You know, what I do or what I say ain't gonna be for everybody, but the ones that it's for, man. What's up with y'all motherfuckers, guys? Like, make sure y'all having fun, man. And like I said, guys, make sure you're not making things harder than what it needs to be. Keep it simple. And like I said, guys, go out and make some money this summer. But guys, I just left. Technically, it was a no AC call, but I just left exactly the same thing I told y'all about. I posted a vlog up an hour or two ago. I told y'all yesterday I'm getting all these calls from customers about the second floor AC not working. Guys, I just left a call. I didn't even put this on video because it wasn't really a service call to record. But guys, this customer said that he has 2 units. It was the second floor AC. It was a no AC call. He said the second floor, he has it set to 72, and for the past 2 days, it's been going up to 74. Now, guys, the past 2 days, it's been 100 degrees outside. So, understand, guys, like, it is what it is. You're not going to win with 100-degree days. I don't give a damn what someone tells you. Like I said, unless you got a damn refrigerator in your attic, or if you have, like, a insulated proof attic where, like, no leakage, you have a new roof. Guys, it takes a lot to insulate an attic. And depends on the size of the attic. I mean, you're going to do all that for what, 3 days out the year when it's 100 degrees? Like, I mean, I literally just told that customer, I'm like, you might be better off putting in an attic fan or 2 upstairs, but like that AC, I got a 20-degree split, filter's clean, everything's rocking and rolling. I'm like, you know, I don't really see a need to do anything more with the AC. And he was like, he asked me this question today, and another customer asked me this. I was going to put this on video, but I didn't want to, guys. This guy was like, yeah, well, I got a 3-ton unit. You think putting in a 5-ton unit will work? I'm like, nah, man, it doesn't work like that. If you put in a bigger AC unit, then that bigger AC unit, it will cool the house down. But if you cool the house down, or if you cool a place down too quick, the humidity is still going to be high. And I'm like, I was explaining to him about how dehumidification works. You know, the longer the AC unit runs, the more comfortable it's going to feel. I'm like, and guys, I use this analogy a lot. You guys can use it too. You can steal my stuff. I'm giving y'all the permission. I use the analogy of driving. You got the AC on in your car or your truck. Imagine driving down the highway. It's 100 degrees outside. You got the AC on, but you got the windows down. That's exactly how it is, guys. Like, without having proper turns. I made a video on this, guys, a while ago. I think it was a live video I made last year. But like, guys, if that AC is blowing out cold, but you got more humidity coming in than you're taking out, then guys, like, you got to understand that's not how you condition air. But guys, when it gets to 100 degrees, using that point, once it gets to 100 degrees, if you have that much humidity in your attic, when it's 100 degrees outside, your AC is taking the humidity out of the second floor. Your AC necessarily isn't taking the humidity out of the attic. So like, guys, think about all that humidity. Your AC is already going balls to the wall, trying to take the humidity out of the second floor. On top of that, it's down there baking in the attic. So like, I'm like, if you don't have some type of supplemental way of removing that heat out the attic, whether it be a fan or whatever the case is, like, it's going to be hard for your AC to keep up once it get into the triple digits. So like, guys, 74 is still good. I mean, going up 2 degrees. I mean, my old trade school instructor told me. I asked him this a couple of years ago, guys. I'm like, isn't 74 degrees hot? Like, who would want to settle for 74 degrees? My old HVAC instructor told me, he was like, if you think 74 degrees is hot, go outside when it's 100 degrees and stand out there for 10 minutes and then come back in and then let me know how 74 feels. So like, guys, you got to understand, you got to go through that dilemma, man. Once you get into the triple digits, understand that, like I said, you know, a lot of customers don't know what to expect from an AC unit on the second floor once it gets into the 100s. But like I said, guys, there's really nothing to it. Like I said, that was an education call. I didn't even pick up a trip fee. That was just in and out. But like I said, guys, that customer, he calls us whenever he needs us. So like, I had no problem with that. I didn't have to sell him a maintenance agreement, you know. And we do sell him a maintenance agreement. Most of the time, they don't pick up because he's always out of the town, out of the country for work. So like I said, whenever he needs us, you know, both units are still looking okay. They're not new, but like I said, both units are still in relatively good condition. But I just told him, if the filters are clean and I got good splits from both of the units, do what you can just to kind of like put an attic fan or something up there, guys, and that's it. But guys, that's all there is to it. Let me look at the comments here, guys. Epic, you can't get a shout out. You're going to get a block. How about that? For talking shit. Or one of y'all was talking shit earlier. Frank Evans, what's going on? Drew got email. My email is on my profile. Master Tech. It's on my email is on the profile. But guys, yeah, I just wanted to chat with y'all, man. Like I said, I like showing y'all everyday stuff because, like I said, guys, we all go through the same shit. The point is, I can admit, like I said, what I see, and I like putting it on video just for educational purposes. Like I said, guys, like everything I learned is just trial and error. And like I said, guys, you know, you could go to a class for this. You could pay a coach $30,000, like I said, to tell you to believe in yourself. You could pay me $30,000, guys. If y'all want to pay me, you know, I could come up with a course. You know, you pay me $1,000 a month. I can just tell you to believe in yourself. So I don't fuck with y'all. But guys, look. Like I said, I just want to keep everything positive, man, and keep everything rolling. But guys, I got to get to the next call. I got to give me something to drink. It's hot as a mofo in this man. But guys, keep rocking and rolling. And once again, I put out the vlog a couple of hours ago. I did a few jobs yesterday, and I got to call this one customer back that just called me. I got to put a few more customers on the schedule. But guys, yeah, stay cool out there. And like I said, guys, just keep it positive. Let me read the last couple questions. Apex HVAC was too much labor. Nah. For what? In what state and what you was doing, guys? Remember, I do residential. You don't see me doing rooftop units or refrigeration. That's a loaded answer, man. I need more context there. What you mean? HVAC is not enough money. Like hell is not. But guys, I gotta roll. And once again, if you guys are out there, if you got your own company, use every day as opportunity. Like I said, just to hand out business cards. Guys, right now, this is peak weather right now. It's just, at this point, guys, like I said, there's no complaining, because back when I used to complain, back when I was a maintenance tech, I used to hate doing fucking maintenances. I'm like, look, guys, a couple months ago at that point, guys, I didn't even have a fucking job. I'm like, why should I complain about me having to do maintenances when I know guys I went to school with couldn't even find a job? And me, 6 months later, it took me an hour and a half to find that job. I'm like, instead of complaining, I'm about to flip this into opportunity. I'm like, I'm gonna bust my ass trying, learning, like I said, hustling, trying to learn things. And like I said, guys, like, look, I don't know if it's in you, but if it's in you, guys, you can use my concept. And like I said, guys, know that this shit is possible, man, but you gotta work. You gotta work at it and have the right mentality, you know? I don't think nobody's coming to save me, and no one's coming to save y'all. Y'all just gotta have something in you that says, you know what, enough is enough. You gotta make 1 + 1 = 2, you know? Get it how you live, man. Chicago, man, Chicago got a bunch of skyscrapers out there. Hold on. Nah, come on, man. Chicago got money out there. CDLs, hell nah. Man, you tripping. Now, here's the thing. Chicago residential or commercial? I know a few guys in Chicago. I think they do commercial. They don't do residential, but shit. It's 100 degrees right now. Shit, you better make your damn money. I don't know anybody that's starving right now, especially in residential. Shit. Hell no. Nah, Apex. I don't know. I need to see. I need to get more information. I need to see the backstory there, bro. There's no way in hell. I mean, like I said, LA. You gotta understand, the West Coast is predominantly summer. I had someone on live a couple of videos ago. He told me that in the summertime, it's kind of like a slow season out there, but it doesn't hit as hard as how it is out here on the East Coast in Philadelphia. But guys, I'm gonna give y'all the free game before I let y'all go. I'm gonna give y'all a bunch of nuggets here. Guys, the point is, the money that you make in the summertime, hopefully you're making a surplus, you save it to bridge, to get you through to the wintertime. So like, it's 3 periods. You got the summertime, you got fall and spring, and then you got the wintertime, guys. Like, whatever you make in the summertime is not for you to spend or do some stupid shit with. The point is, guys, like, let's say if you only need $1,000 in the summertime like I said, to keep your bills on, yada, yada. At that point, guys, if I know I made over 1,000, everything else goes into a bank to get me by. Worst case scenario, keyword, worst case scenario, if it gets slow during like, shit, what is it? We didn't even have a shoulder season this spring. After we started doing maintenances, the weather got warm. But like, let's say after August, let's say September, October, all that money you're making now, I'm talking personal and business. If you're an owner or a service tech, all that, the bulk of what you make, save it. And like I said, guys, worst case, you have what you need to get you through until the weather breaks. But like I said, guys, like, and that's without you even working, man. I work every day. So like, I know what I have to have saved up, but like I said, I don't rely on it. I'm just hustling and stacking up and grinding, guys. But that's you know, that's hustlenomics, 101. You know, like I said, I don't care if you do HVAC or what, but make sure you got some savings saved up, and then act like it doesn't exist. Shit, that's how you do it. savings is going to give you confidence, man. Like, it's not, you know, hopefully if you guys do perform these big jobs, like, that's cool, but like, some of these jobs are far and few in between. But like I said, the small jobs you get, once you hit your quota, you know, either reinvest it into the business or, like I said, save it. And like I said, guys, you're good. At least you got a nest egg, you know. I got out of HVAC after 3 years. I mean, shit, Apex, I mean, yeah, shit, get it how you live, man. Like, as long as what you're doing, I was telling someone this the other day, I don't give a damn what you're doing. As long as you're making more money than what you're spending, and like I said, you got some type of financial freedom, I mean, shit, go for it, man. Like I said, HVAC is a good profession, but like, if it didn't work for you and you found something else, shit, as long as you're making money, like I said, there's people out here right now, as you speak, that don't got jobs, people getting laid off from these factories, like, yeah, like shit, you know, shit be going down out here, man. But like, as long as what you're doing, you know, you got some freedom from it, you got savings saved up, you know, you got peace of mind, you ain't out here working for money all the time or like fucking like praying for more time. Like, guys, like I said, I already came, my upbringing was a little bit different, guys. I didn't come from a point of relevance where like I seen someone do something exactly the right way. Nah, guys, I learned from practice and applying a bunch of shit that I thought was right, and most of it wasn't right, guys. But like I said, I found a way that works for me. But like, you know, it's not up to me to tell you how you should live or vice versa, guys. As long as you got some type of peace and happiness, man, fuck all that, guys. That's why the last thing you hear me complain about is politics. Because me personally, the world, once again, the world was fucked up when I was born. It's probably going to be like that when I die. I'm not trying to change everybody. As long as I got some peace and happiness, guys, I can rock out, man. You love what you'll do. You'll be making over $2,000 a week. Yeah, I mean, well, here's my thing, Apex. It depends on your cost of living. In California, man, like, and I learned this out a couple years ago. In California, $100,000 a year is like minimum wage. Like, I don't know about New York. New York is probably close to there, but you can be making over $100,000 a year, really be living paycheck to paycheck. So like, that's why success is really objective. Like I said, what works for me in PA could bankrupt somebody in California, but guys, you got to understand. Like I said, success is relative. Like I said, it's all the same eventually. But like I said, how you make it is going to be different than how I make it. Like I said, but as long as you get to the point of having peace, I don't know what that looks like for you. Like I said, that's your job to find out, you know, what peace and happiness is. But like I said, guys, like, that's why I always tell guys, you know, you can get inspired by other people, but don't try to like look at somebody's life and think that should be yours. Like, nah, find out what works for you. And like I said, you still got to put the work in. I can't put in the work for you. Nobody put the work in for me. Find out, like I said, what that goal looks like for you, and take your 3 to 5 years off and just work like hell, man. And like I said, something's gonna come out of it eventually. So, but guys, I gotta roll. I gotta get up out of here, man. I like these lives. Like I said, guys, me, I like talking a lot of shit. So like I said, guys, this is just a walk in the park, man. But guys, I just used up my last reserves of water. I gotta roll. But I appreciate y'all for checking in. Let me know if y'all have any more questions. I'm about to get the fuck up out of here. What time is it? It's 12:45. Guys, hold on. Let me look at Google. I'm back. I gotta hit up 7-Eleven. I gotta get out of here. But all right, guys, I gave y'all a bunch of game just to encapsulate all this, just to recap. I gave y'all how to deal with objections. I gave y'all some life lessons. Apex told y'all how you can make it in trucking. Like I said, guys, we just gave y'all at least $600,000 worth of ideas, guys. But make sure, before I go, make sure y'all ain't out there, like I said, getting rattled by these objections. Do not take everything personal. If a customer tell you no, that don't mean you're a piece of shit. just make sure that just means no right now, guys. But like, I don't know why they said no. That's the point of you listening when you're doing these estimates, guys. But just make sure, like I said, you guys are just getting better, man. Focus on getting better. What didn't work for you today, try it again, try it a different way. But have the same goal tomorrow. And like I said, guys, you never know what can happen. But guys, I got to get up out of here. I will see you on the next one.